Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm super excited because we are diving into a little experiment I've been wanting to do for a while. We are taking a look at AORUS 580. Yeah, you heard that right. That trusty 4GB AORUS 580 and throwing it into a Fortnite to see if it still packs a punch in 2024. Before we jump into the gameplay, here's what we are working with today. So I'm running this on pretty reliable test bench setup. I've had this build for a while now and it's been rock solid for testing older GPUs. Setup is equipped with Ryzen 5 3600 CPU. For RAM, it has 32GB DDR4 3200 MHz. Storage is 1TB Patriot P220 SSD. And for operating system is Windows 11 Pro. So yeah, nothing too crazy. But honestly, this is still a very solid mid-range setup that's not going to break the bank. That's why it's perfect for testing and also for anyone who is still rocking an AORUS 580 or looking to build a budget-friendly gaming computer. Okay, let's get into it. First up, we've got Fortnite at 1080p on low settings preset, running on DirectX 12, because this card is faster with it. And of course, VSync and motion blur set off. Let's be real. Who plays battle royale games with VSync and motion blur turned on? But if you are like me and you care more about performance and latency than ultra shiny graphics, then this is probably what you will be running for those smooth 200+ FPS. Check it out. The AORUS 580 is holding strong at over 180 FPS. There was a few dips when things got intense, but nothing that ruined the game. Honestly, this feels way better than I expected from an older card. Now, let's crank it up to medium settings. This is where things start to look a little nicer without sacrificing too much performance. You know, sometimes you just wanna appreciate Fortnite's animated graphics without worrying about frame drops when you get into intense fights. Even on medium, I'm getting anywhere from 80 to 120 FPS, which is still solid. Honestly, I'm impressed with how the AORUS 580 is still handling this. For a casual gaming session, this would be my sweet spot. Alright, now we are pushing it a little further. High settings at 1080p. And let's be real, this is where I'm starting to get a little nervous about this card. Because card not only have 4GB of VRAM, but also card is without any overclock or undervolt settings. And you know that this card is more effective with OC rather than without it. But for my surprise, we are still getting 30 to 40 FPS, which is playable, but not ideal. But if you are more into the visual experience, then well, this is playable, with some stutters here and there while hot dropping. And also, there are some dips in heavy action. But for me, I rather stay in medium preset rather than high, because I don't like frame drops in clutch moments. But that's only my opinion. Okay, this is the big one. Epic settings at 1080p. Full disclosure, I didn't have high hopes for the AORUS 580 here. But hey, let's see how it runs Fortnite anyway. And as expected, game is not even close to being playable. Card is running at 8 average FPS, not even 10. Rough. Still, it's impressive that the AORUS 580 can even get close to 10 average FPS at these settings, at this age. So, after all that, can the AORUS 580 still handle Fortnite? Heck yeah, it can. Of course, if you are sticking to 1080p, you can play comfortably on medium or even high settings, if you change some settings a bit. And for all budget gamers out there, this GPU is still a rock solid option. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I overclock this card or better not? And write if you are still using AORUS 580 or are you upgrading? I'd love to hear from you. And for those of you who love to see the numbers, you already might notice FPS table coming up on the right side. You can pause the video and take a closer look for yourself if you are interested, because some of you don't like when I read the numbers out loud. But that's it for today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the content and subscribe if you haven't already. You know that I got more awesome tests coming up, so stay tuned and see you in the next video.